In this video, we're going to run through how you can spy on all of your competitors' ads without spending a penny on software. We'll run through how you can see your competitors' Google ads, Meta ads, LinkedIn ads, and the lesser known way that you can actually go and see someone's YouTube ads. And while I don't advocate using competitors' ads to drive your creative strategy, mainly because they've already been done and it's already out there, so you're already behind, I do understand the human need to be nosy. So let's get into it. The first one we're going to go through is Google Ads. And if you go over to adtransparency.google.com or even just type in Google Ads Transparency into Google, it will take you through to a page that looks exactly like this one. And there's a few different options. You've got time periods, so you can select the time period that you wish these ads to appear for, the region, and the formats, which we'll get onto in a second. So let's just, for the sake of this, type in monday.com. as an advertiser that we know spends a lot of money across the B2B sector on different performance media. And if we scroll down, we can see down here all of the ads that they're currently running within Google. And we can see different formats. If we go on to image, we can go and see all the image ads that are running across the Google Display Network. You can see the formats here and the messaging that they're using and the style, which is very much in their brand guidelines. We have text ads. These are going to be the text ads that you're using within your Google ad campaigns for search ads. So for example, we can see here some of the ads they're running, Gantt chart software, collaborative online scheduler, all the ads down here you can go and see. One of the things this is actually really good for as well is initial keyword research. So what we can assume is a lot of the time people are going to be putting pretty much a close variation of the exact keyword that they're going after in Google Ads within their header copy. So if you scroll down and see different types of software they're bidding on, like, project planning software, for example, obviously project management software, new CRM alternative, these are all great seed keywords that you can go and do your research to make sure they've got the right intent for keywords that you can potentially look to start bidding on as well. And you can go in here and you can start seeing the videos that they're currently running for inspiration. Looks like this one's on the display network as well. And obviously YouTube's owned by Google, but we'll get onto YouTube in a minute in this video. So a great way here of just going in and looking at all the different ads that are being run by your competitors through a Google campaign. Now moving on to Meta. In a similar fashion, Meta has a ad library. You used to have to go onto an individual company page and click on page transparency and find the ads that way. But now you're able to go in here and again, you have a similar search bar. If you go to facebook.com/ads/libraries, you can also choose an ad category. And what we want to do here is to select all ads. And you can either search by keyword or advertiser, which is really cool because you can go down and look at industries without looking at particular competitors to give you a general sense of a much broader sense of the ad creative which is being shown. But for the sake of this, let's go on monday.com again, just to keep this consistent, and click on this. And now we can go down and we can start looking at the ads that they're running at the moment across Facebook, Instagram, and other Meta-owned platforms. Moving swiftly on, in a very similar vein, LinkedIn ads have brought out their ad library. Again, just in the form of transparency, I believe it's something they have to do now. They have to differentiate between the organic and the ads, and it's a great way of doing that. And very similarly to the Meta ad, you can go and actually start looking either by the name of the company you want to look at, or you can look at the actual keyword again, which gives you a more well-rounded competitor research for all your competitors that are based around a certain keyword or industry. But again, let's just go on to monday.com and search. And we can see all the ads they're running. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of overlap, but the really interesting thing here would to be see the difference between the ads which are being run on Facebook, for example, versus LinkedIn. It may give you a good idea of what's working well on the platforms individually that you can go away and start to implement on your next campaign, which is good. But the great thing about LinkedIn is there's a few hidden features that I want to go into as well, which actually allows us to see a lot more data behind each of these ads. So how well they're performing, the engagement on the ads and everything else. Oh, and how long they've been running for as well, which is a big thing. So if we go over to monday.com's actual company page here, and if we go across to posts, go across to ads, we can see the same things down here. We can see all the same ads. So that ad is going to be the same as this ad. So it's still in order. But what we can do is click on these three buttons here, go copy link to post. And if we go and paste it in a new URL or new window, we can go down here and we can actually start seeing the engagement. So we can see this ad here has had over 1,000 likes. We can look at the comments. We can see who's been liking it. And down here, we can actually see how long it's been running for as well. So if they're still running an ad and you're still seeing an ad, you can go back here and we can say that we know this ad has at least been running for 1 month. If you go back and see ads which have like 6, 7 to 1 year plus, you know they've been running that ad for a long time if you see it live in the feed or if there's been comments ongoing. So if we saw a timestamp here that was like 1 year ago and then we saw one that was like 1 week ago, we can be pretty sure they're still running the same ad. That ad has been running for a long time, and we also then know that's probably going to be quite a good ad for them, whether it's high engagement, whether it's going to have generated a lot of business for them. It just gives us indicative, ideas to put to the back of our mind to say, okay, this sort of format's working. And you can even go through and start looking at the people they're targeting. So remarketing lists, are there standard job titles? Are there sort of standard companies that are being targeted within this as well? Couple the date stamp with the targeting attributes, which you can see within the people who have liked and commented, really then gives you a good idea of potentially targeting for your next campaign, as well as the creative that's working well. And finally, let's go quickly over to YouTube. Now, YouTube has many different ways in which they can show you the advertisements. If you're doing just conversion focused campaigns now, they've kind of automated the placements for you. Whereas if you set up campaigns without an objective, you can be a bit more specific. So for example, you can see an ad here, which is going to be just one of the homepage discovery ads. But the one I'm talking about primarily are the pre-roll ads and the ads within the videos themselves. Okay, let's go over to incognito and click on the first one. Okay, and we can see here we've got an ad from Hotjar. And if we want to find out where this ad is, at the moment, obviously, we've got this Healing Soul soundtrack, so we can't see the metrics behind this. We can click and go copy debug info, and let's go whack it into a notes document and control find video ID. And as we can see down here, there's a video ID. Let's copy this across and go back. And if we open up a new YouTube here, what we can do is go /watch. You can see we've done a query here before, v equals, and then whack the video ID. We've gone straight through to the advertisers page here. Now, what happens a lot of the time is people advertise on YouTube. They have to actually upload that video to their YouTube channel first. And you may not be able to see it through the actual channel page because they've unlisted it. So if we go down here, chances have that we've got an unlisted version right here, but you can see it has 829,000 views. And you can see it got uploaded 3 weeks ago. So again, we can see if these companies are running ads for a long time, if this was like 6 months, we know that's working well. They'll spend a fair amount of money on getting these views. So a really good way of actually, every time you see an ad, a lot of the times they'll be remarketing ads as well. So once you've been on your competitors' pages, they'll start remarketing, you'll see their ads. Just go to the debug info. Unless obviously you've got YouTube Premium, which I do actually highly recommend because it's so much better without ads, but that's a completely different story. The other way you can do it is if you go over to companies pages on YouTube and go into videos, there's a little one here that says most popular, and a lot of the time they're going to be ads which are like 23 seconds long, which are public, and they have like 3 million views. I mean, no way this has got 3 million views, or this has got 1.3 million views for 0.59 seconds. So a lot of the times they won't even unlist their ads. So if you go on most popular, normally what happens is most of these ads, most of these videos are being run as ads anyway. So it's a great idea to go in there, and you can get this extension which shows you how many dislikes there are, because typically a lot of ad videos get a lot more dislikes than a typical ad would get. So it's got 1.3 million views and only 60 likes, which tells me this has been primarily an ad. All this stuff here should help you get a good idea of the text ads they're running, give you a good idea of the video ads they're running and the social ads that they're running across the board. It's going to be a great starting point if you're just getting into creating an advertising plan for your company and taking inspiration, or you're just generally bored on a Sunday afternoon and you have nothing better to do than look at your competitors' ads. And I'm looking at myself because we've all been there. But I hope you found that video useful. Have a great week, guys, and speak to you very soon.